it down hard enough, it makes it very hard for the other team to be able to do anything. At the same time, with a lineup like this, that's very unlikely to happen. So I'm really curious to see what they're going to pull.
So, what are your thoughts about the 60 TP, Fujit?
Things out there. And I'm just looking at these 50 M's of Feast pushing into that decap straight out of there.
The IS7s of both teams are very aggressive, but LDS, I think, might have trapped himself right here. Spartan looking to get a great shot to LDS, who go down first for ID.
Well, this is what I was expecting. I was expecting this very aggressive move, getting over those bridges and getting into positions really quickly.
Oh, wow, look at the IDs.
Done that, but here comes ID.
The 50 Bs really rushing in tandem, looking to get Elf Silver out of the way, and they did it. And the hit points are in favor of Feast for a brief moment, but both teams, the aggressiveness, the tempo was a lot quicker than I streamed previously on Asia server. So wow.
Sugar Magoo's got out there, but Necromant's not able to. So 2 tanks down here for Feast, but they do have the bases.
Yep, Spartan got C, and Fresh Lemonade trying to get Spartan here, but 1 vs 2 can't do much in this situation. But 5 vs 6, gun advantage is with ID at the moment, and they also have the area around D, so they might have the advantage with the map here.
ID have got to push, but they do have Spartan Sword there in that Vickers, and if you look, I think he's making his way around to the ACAP, possibly.
Oh yeah, looking to get some shots onto the tanks near C. I mean, Trapper and also Spartan. I mean, Fees, what they're trying to do, they're trying to park the bus and trying to retain the cap lead here. And Spartan's got a hit, trying to get the...
Good move by Juicy in the AMX to cut off Spartan's Sword there. I mean, that could have been a disaster for Feast. If Spartan's Sword could have got to that A cap unspotted, then they could have taken a double cap, because they could have easily got the D cap. They've forgotten the D cap, though, and they're pushing. Wow.
Looking at ID, yeah. The triple 50 Beast looking to get Spartan out of the way. And I think Trapper could be the next tank down. Trapper now down to a 2-shot here. 1 shot, and landing with 3 shells in this clip could kill 2 tanks simultaneously.
Oh, 2 1-shots here. Trapple in Spartan. Down goes Spartan. Down goes Trapple. Feast are now definitely on the back foot. This is great stuff from ID.
Yup, great push. That push was very decisive indeed. And Smurf Potato in that 60 TP struggling to hold against 4 tanks, but Game's now killed by Sugar Mugus. Now 3 versus 3, but Smurf Potato also being killed. So this is quite a pandemonium situation here.
At the moment, it's 3 against 2, and to be fair, Sugar Magoo is in an E50M, which is great armored if you're hull down, but not so much if you're not, and a 50B, which we all know isn't exactly the most armored tank.
Yep, Juicy
so
looking a bit. Yeah.
On Jack.
Sorry, Juicy looking a bit discombobulated to find which tank to go for, either Van Persie or Lanny, and that really hurt him, and now being killed, Sugar Mugu being the last one standing, looking to have that kill shot onto Van Persie was a bounce, sadly, and Sugar Mugu would have to go down with regrets, sadly, and Feast would not get the first win for tonight.
No, it goes to ID. So someone's saying that turn off your sub sound. I've turned it off. You're not seeing it yet, though, guys, because there's a delay. But it has been turned off. There. Be interested to see if they're taking the 2-shot or the 3-shot, however. But at the moment, it's 1-0 to ID.
Yep, and Feast will not do a clean sweep against a Team ID, unlike during the Professionals tournament, so ID definitely brought out that A game in the Blitz APAC Cup. So looking at ID this time, looking to go to A, and Feast looking to go for C and D. So this is more like a conventional strategy for both teams, looking to get that cap lead this time.
Now, I've just noticed that my my toolbar at the top is out of alignment. I'll sort it out in a moment, guys. Sorry about that.
All right, so let me do the commentary for you, maybe.
No, I can't. Feast not as aggressive this time, whereas ID slightly more aggressive, getting the B and the A cap. They are down on cap points, though. Feast have got the caps advantage yet again.
Yep. And I bleeding with Lanny and Fresh Lemonade. They have to prevent bleeding more because they are the team that needs to do the rotation, and that's because they don't have the cap lead, so they have to be really careful. They have to conserve the hit points, triple hit points of Feast from time to time. They still have a lot of time though.
Yeah, I'm seeing here. This is the more of a traditional strat on Canal. Go for the caps nearest your base, nearest your spawn point, and then basically defend. And whoever gets the caps first generally gets to put the pressure on the other team.
Yep, but as I said, ID must have trained a lot with the rotations on Canal, as I always say on my stream. Canal is such a good map to train rotations and your communication, so ID... I'm actually interested to see what they're going to offer in this one.
They wanted those 50Bs to stay unspotted, I think, in that corner. Yep. That's sort of giving their hand away a little bit, and you can see Necromancer's getting out there. The 60 TP of Smirt, Potato, and Trapple in the IS-7 are able to stand there now, knowing that there are only 3 50Bs. It's going to give Feast some important information.
Right, so ID Fresh Lemonade taking a lot of hits, like ID are hesitating this whether to push or not there. I mean, that hesitation really cost them a lot of hit points. Now Feast getting aggressive over to gain those 50Bs this time. The main reason why ID won last game, this time could be the main reason why they lost, why they would lose this time round. And Trapple now down to a one shot. Big shot into Fresh Lemonade. Now Feast really losing some more hit points. Actually, now the hit points are getting a bit closer than I thought.
Campon really getting smacked about there.
Yep, the 50Bs.
Down goes Campon. Down goes Trapple, though, as these 50Bs and Fresh Lemonade in the IS-7 look to close down Spartan, and they do.
And that is true indeed. Now it's going to be a 5 vs 6. The gun advantage once again going for ID, but the hit points are with ID because they have killed attack. But Spartan's sword is now dead, so 5 vs 5. Once again, it's going to be very close.
Well.
Yep, looking at now Smoke Potato getting isolated 4 vs 4. It's still anyone's game to call. I have no idea what's going to happen, but looking at Shugomugu, oh, it's a bounce onto game, sadly. They need to get those shots in. This is the most important minute for these two teams. They cannot afford to make big mistakes.
Fresh Lemonade would be the target for any of the guys on Feast. He is a one-shot. And there's no... Juice is the lowest hit point out there, but Feast doing the right thing here. F Silver dropping into that B cap.
Yep. Yeah, that will be very crucial indeed. And Feast, 9 cap points per 2 seconds, so they are just a few seconds away from winning this. But ID, they want Shugomugu out of the way. Can Shugomugu survive long enough? We're going to follow his perspective here. Lanny looking to put a shot onto Shugomugu. It's a bounce, sadly. Another shot.
Well, they've got the points. Yep. It's all about the points.
Yep.
For multiple maps, so for various spawns. I mean, when we were playing, we have at least 4 or 5 strats for these spawns. So, but anyway, off we go. In the 50M, are heading towards that C cap for ID. Moving around the map, the entirety of Feast, however, is heading for the middle area.
Okay, so my stream is actually not down. It's just the website being quite laggy. So I'm back. Good looking at game here, looking to get a lot of spots in for ID, but interesting. Feast. I'm not sure what they're trying to do here, but we will see soon. They're getting into positions.
They're down on cap points, but now they are going to send F Silver into the A cap. And I think they were expecting somebody to drop into that B cap. That's why they were lining their heavies up there, which is understandable because there was an IS-7 of Spartans on ID's team. Did go over to the C cap, but Lanny just held back in his 50B.
Now Trapple's going for B. It's now going for B, but will Fresh Lemonade has to reset shot? Oh, that was a bad miss. But Trapple's not bordering on B at the moment, but they still don't have the cap points here. We're talking about 5 cap points per 2 seconds of increase, so that's still a lot of time. We're still talking about around a minute to go for Feast to chip away enough hit points of ID for them to make a good push in the end. Oh yeah, and I think Shugomugu leading the charge. Camber needs to run away, takes a shot from Shugomugu, a track shot as well. Camper will run away relatively safely, but the shot is really not ideal.
The thing is, Tampon is spotted 3 tanks there.
No.
So ID now know they've got an actual tank advantage in the middle area.
I think Campbell just went the wrong way when trying to run away and now being killed by Spartan. And both these already make a move. It's going to descend into Anarchy here. Trapple going to be quite low and Spartan's Sword is going to take a hit. Trapple down to a 1-shot. And it's 7 versus 5. Hit points in huge for Feast right now. And it's really Feast games to lose.
Yeah, I'm surprised there. To be honest with you, I think you're right. I think Campon went the wrong way. But with three of the Feast tanks over that side, that should have given ID an advantage over in the middle and the A side area, which they really didn't capitalize on.
Nope, I didn't catch that area, so I presume they haven't made a big push in the end there, and that cost them the game, I would say. And now only triple 50 Bs remaining with... Oh, Van Persie got ammo racked! Did you see that?
He did indeed. And you were about to say only 50 Bs remaining, and one of them got ammo racked.
No, not... oh yeah, Van Persie was in I thought it was on a Feast, but that wasn't going to be a game-changing kill there. So Lanny's going to be killed. And...
IDS is the last man standing, bless him.
Yeah, what a game it was for Feast. Feast is now back in full force. ID showing their own self a little bit here. Right, that I would be going for.
The camo that he's wearing, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm getting a lot of notices that the portal doesn't seem to be working for some reason.
Oh yeah, that's why I got a ping from Mutsu saying it's let's see, looking at Lanny in that IS-7, all spawning little tanks of Feast. They know where Feast are going. Great HE splash onto Juicy.
Oh.
Both of them looking to get B. What's happening? What happened? Oh dear.
No, I was just thinking, it's an IS-7 face-off here. Which is fantastic. Lanny and Juicy doing his best to level up against the IS-4, but Lanny is able to get some great shots into the rear. Yep. Will he be able to take that B cap? No, he cannot. No. And Juicy may not last long.
Spartan looking to land that bank shell. No, it's a bounce. And Juicy now killed by Fresh Lemonade. It's now very quickly 6 versus 7 within a minute of the game here. And Feast already a gun down. They really need to get a tank out of the match, and so far they haven't been able to do so. Great shots in the camp, however.
It is. I mean, but Feast do have the base advantage here. They don't have the point. Well, they do have the point advantage now, as it just clicks over, but they don't have the gun advantage. But they are whittling down the hit points here of ID. Oh. Lanny looking very worse for wear. So is Campbell.
But Smart Potato with that bounce right there onto Van Persie. Van Persie will kill a Spartan.
Oh, Spartan goes down. Has a bit of a brawl over in the middle area, just above that B cap.
I thought there was an ammo rack on Spartan. It wasn't the case, but looking at ID now getting aggressive with game. Spartan Sword and also LDS. The hit points are still in favor of ID at the moment. And that's a great shots game. And Feast really struggling to hold right now with those tanks in the middle.
Oh, down goes the E100 of Spartan.
Yep, and we are also now seeing Feast
close down Sugar Magoo here.
And they did, and Feast going to close down Van Persie as well, down to 1 shot here. Oh, Van Persie with a terrible bounce onto Smoked Potato, and
could be costly.
Could be costly, yeah. But ID still with a lot of hit points.
The 60 TP is on his long reload now. Should be able to be taken down by Van Persie. There he goes, leaving F Silver as the last man standing.
Oh, I think Feast got quite nervous in this match. They've scored so many bounces in this match, and ID really punishing them hard. And LDS looking to put a shot into F Silver. F Silver rotating his turret, looking for LDS, but Fresh Lemonade coming from behind would not be enough. F Silver goes down 2-2.
Play this one. It loads, and there we go. Feast are looking towards the C cap, which is what I expected with those tanks. A cap is more akin for the haul down Yos and stuff like that.
Okay, let's follow F Silver here. He's going to go into this usual bush here, trying to get spots up, try and spot whoever's trying to cross into A, but ID's going the other way instead. But Fresh Lemonade and Elias are both spotted, so Trapple being quite aggressive here. Interesting to see
It's going to
how
be
this is going to pan out.
brawly. Both teams going for the C strat. It's going to be brawly. It's going to be brilliant.
Oh yeah.
There's going to be a lot of trading here. Look at Trapple pushing around onto IDS here with Sugar Magoo. Game is there waiting for them. Great move.
Yep, we're looking at Cam and also Van Persie trying to push onto Juicy here. They might have the terrain advantage with the control over the bridge area, but but let's follow Cam. Oh, failed to push up, so Juicy's able to run away from this, and now hit points are in favor of Feast. Shugemigu gets smacked by a lot of tanks.
Down he goes. That is a big loss. Big loss. IDS now ready to load in. Game will be loaded. They're going to be able to put a lot of pain into Trapple here.
True, the big shot into Game. Oh, Trapple also received a huge hit here. Now down to a one shot now. Can he run away safely?
Dodge.
Yeah.
He can, but look at Smirk Potato. He's not looking good either. He's in a really bad position there.
Trying to drop
He's
down.
going to go down.
Yep, Spawn Source looking to put that shell in, and it will be the case. And LDS will. I don't know if he put a shot into Necromancer, but Necromancer is getting focused by ID forces once again.
Trapple.
Yep. And once again, ID with the hit point pool lead, Fresh Lemonade down. LDS also killed. There's still a chance for Feast, but it's going to be interesting to see.
I'm just watching Game and Spartan cross swords here. Game's got one shot left. Now he's on his long reload. Spartan should be able to finish him off here. Game's getting out there, but it's a great shot from F Silver into the back of Game. Van Persie's coming to help out. He will be able to finish off Spartan. Bottom plate, there we go.
Juicy's killed, and that leaves F Silver, the last person standing, Campen, getting a circle of death here. And it's not going to be that important, but that shot right here onto F Silver could be very crucial. And now it's going to be a 1 versus 3. Are you trying to get C here? Can F Silver do a Kolobanov?
They do.
That's a...
I would say if it was just if Van Persie wasn't in an IS-7 with 1400 hit points, I would say it's possible. But unfortunately, Van Persie is very healthy.
Yeah, but Gabe will be killed by F Silver, and Spartan's looking to put a knowledge onto F Silver, down to one shot now. F Silver looking to get a great shot on Spartan's sword. Spartan's sword will kill off F Silver, and ID on a match point.
Tussle.
ID on a match point. Yeah.
They are indeed. And as I said, if it was, I mean, it was a great move by F Silver, to be honest with you. Focusing the right tank of Game, getting him down, but really well held by Spartan's sword in the 50B. Not the easiest thing to shoot into a full pout Vickers, to be fair.
Yep. Both teams having 4 tanks to more than 2k, so that's really good for both teams. However, I think a huge reason why ID won at this one is that they controlled the bridge area, which gave them quite a lot of terrain advantage here, and also they were able to shut down Shugemigu very quickly. So this is pretty much all about positioning the Naval Frontier. And Feast would definitely be feeling the pressure now.
Well, Feast this time taking those 2 Yos. They are great for haul down, so it gives them a lot more options. Depends which they've got. They've got the 2-shot or the 3-shot. It used to be a lot of people took the 2-shot. Now the 3-shot is making a lot more because that DPM is...
I mean, Feast, F Silver taking the old Feast clan logo avatar. I love that. I don't know, which version do you like better? Do you like the old or new for Spartan Sword? He's the only light tank in this match. Feast going en masse to A, but Spartan Sword could spot them all here. Light spot, light box.
The I-7 to Spartan and Trapple doing the aggressive push through the B cap area, try and get up onto their backs.
Oh.
But I don't know, because ID have sent a lot of their tanks towards the A cap as well, and this could be They could get Spartan and Trapple into a crossfire here, and
Yep.
Feast could lose 2 IS-7s very quickly.
True indeed. I mean, I already rushing almost, but that also means Feast will look to shut down Van Persie very quickly, but Feast could lose 2 tanks very soon. Lanny takes a big hit for a smoked potato, and Trapple will be killed now. It's now with 5%. Van Persie still alive here, and that can be very important.
Smurt Potato is out on a limb, isolated, and this allows ID to do the aggressive strat through the B cap into the spawn of Feast, and maybe able to take down another tank, but Van Persie has gone down in the IS-7. However, it's Lanny is coming to help Spartan Sword to take out Smurt Potato. Game and Fresh Lemonade pushing round, trying to help and relieve the pressure on Campon and IDS.
Yep. Feast getting a bit disorganized right now. I think they have a couple of tanks trying to support Smoked Potato, but if I were Feast, I would have gone for those LDS and also Campon instead, so that can be important.
Oh, but Feast are bringing it round. They need to close down Campon here. Do ID to stand in a chance with it, and they do. And down goes Smoked Potato as well. It's 3 against 4. ID do have the hit point advantage and the gun advantage.
Yep, and now Necromancer looking for, I don't know, he's turning the tank, and Fresh Lemonade great shot into Necromancer down to 1 shot, however, and I looking to get F-Silver out of the way now.
Lemonade goes down, however, at the same time, so does F-Silver. It's now 2 against 3. It's the 60 TP in the IS-7. The IS-7 of Juicy is very healthy, and they will be looking to try and close down Necromancer more than the IS-7. Leave the IS-7 to the last, guys.
Oh, Fastest with that bounce onto Juicy, but with that important, Campon receives a big hit from Necromancer. Juicy looks to put a shot into Campon, and it's a bounce, sadly. Spartans all looking to kill Necromancer, leaving Juicy the last person standing.
Game was able to unload his entire clip into the 60 TP there, and that's a lot of damage coming in.
Yep, and I think ID will be rejoicing because they will be winning 4-2 and will be advancing to the upper bracket final. And Feast will know which clan they're going to meet in the lower bracket first round soon. There we go, GC, the last person standing, still trying to get shots in, but will be killed by Game now. 4-2 for ID, and congratulations to ID here.